Welcome to another episode of Crimes Notes. Today we are going to be talking about how to find slope when they give you 2 points. But instead of using the slope formula, we're actually going to do it on desmos. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. And we are working on these notes right here. And it says, in order to find the slope of the line that goes through the points 4, -7, and 8, 5, we're going to start by going to desmos.com. And so if you click on this link, it will bring you to Desmos. And as usual, we need to pick Graphing Calculator. Once we're in here, the instructions tell you to hit the plus key in the top left corner and then choose Table, because we're going to be inserting a table. So here's the plus key, and then we're going to go down to Table, and then we're going to insert the points that they gave us. So they gave us 4, -7, and 8, 5. And so notice I've given you an example of what it's going to look like. So if we go into our table, we put in a 4 here and the -7 and the y, and then we put in an 8 and a 5. So now if you look over here, the points are actually there, but you can't see both of them. So what you're going to do is kind of zoom out so that you can see both of the points. Once you have both of the points in there, press and hold the circle with the dots in it next to the Y1. So notice I'm talking about this right here, and you're going to change this into a solid line. So if I push and hold on this, and you do have to hold for a little bit, it pops up with a box. And I could even change the color if I wanted to, but the one thing I want it to do is actually to create a line. So I'm going to hit that toggle switch, and then it does create a line. Now, if you want to be fancy, you can make it a dashed line, you can make it a dotted line, but we're just going to do a normal line. And then after we've got the line, it says go into a new equation box, and you're going to type y1 is approximately mx1 plus b. Now this equation should look familiar. Y equals mx plus b is slope-intercept form. All we're doing is, instead of putting in equals, we're putting the approximate button, which is the button right next to the number 1 on the left. So again, I'm going to go into Desmos. I'm going to click on a new equation box, and I'm going to do y1, and you don't have to worry about putting the sub, it does that. Then we're going to hit the approximate, which is shift and that button next to the 1, and then mx1, and then plus b. And as soon as you do that, it should pop up with a statistics box if you typed it in correctly. And what this is doing is it based it on the points that you gave them. What is the M and what is the B? So in this case, the slope turned out to be 3, and the B, or the y-intercept, turned out to be -19. So if I did drag this graph way down here, we should find that it crosses at 0, -19. Okay. So we're going to use that information to answer the questions. So down here at the bottom, it says identify the slope, which is the M value. So in here, you would just put a 3. And then for the B, you would put -19. So if you look at the next slide, it says, if it asks for the slope, what would be the answer? Well, we just said the answer would be 3. If it asked for the y-intercept, so where the graph crossed the y-axis, we would say -19. And then it said, what if it asks for the equation in slope-intercept form? Well, that's y equals m, which would be 3x, and then plus b, but our b is negative, so we would put -19. So the last important thing to note, if your slope is a decimal of any kind, like 0.33333 or 0.5, You cannot leave it that way as an answer. You will have to change that decimal into a fraction in desmos. You do not write slope as a rounded decimal. Slope will always be a fraction or a whole number. So let's say that they give me this decimal, 0.333333333. In desmos, if you go into this box underneath it and you type 0.333333, right, and we want to keep going until it gives us this fraction bar. Now notice it gave it to me a couple of times. So let's go back to the first time that it gave it to me. So here's the first time, and if I hit it, notice it gives me something really weird. So that means we didn't wait long enough. So then I'm going to keep going until it decides that that's not the fraction that we're looking for. And then it pops up with a different one. And notice my answer is 1/3. So you're going to want a clean fraction, not one of those really, really, really weird ones. So if you're looking at this, now we would say that this as a fraction would be 1/3. So what about negative 0.5? Well, that one should be fairly simple, right? So we put in negative 0.5, and then notice it gives me this little fraction. So I'm going to click it, and it says -1/2. So then I could go in here, and I could put this as -1/2. And then what about something like this? Remember, this last number is just them rounding it off. So when I go to put it into desmos, I'm not going to type the 7. I'm just going to continue to put the 6's. Let me make sure what it was. Sorry. -5.6666. So -5.666. Now, again, if I go ahead and try to hit this, notice it gives me something really ugly. So I'm just going to keep typing and see if it gets to a point where it'll give me a clean fraction. And there it is, -17/3. So then I could go in here and this would be -17/3. Okay, so that's about all it takes. I'm not going to fill this part out for you because as many times as I've said it, I hope that you can figure it out. If you have any other questions, just make sure that you reach out and get some help. You guys have a great day.